welcome back to my channel. Today is going to start off the official getting out of our slump. So if you would have seen in my last video, and if you have not watched my last video, I would definitely point you to that video first before watching this one, so you kind of know what's going on. But we are going to start knocking off our goals so we can get out of this reading slump. So to go ahead and kind of review, we had 3 goals that we were going to try to achieve this week to get ourselves out of this slump. So the first goal was we were going to read a different book than the classic that we were trying to read. The second one was go on 3 to 4 walks. And the third goal was get our morning routine back in order. So it's Saturday morning and I did not do like an alarm 5 a.m. like I normally would during the work week. But this morning I did get up at 7 before Chloe woke up, and I got up, did the dishes, started some laundry. So I did some things kind of around the house to try to straighten things up before things got busy. Then we went and got a coffee. So I try not to buy a lot of coffee out because it's really expensive. And if I just buy a thing of Folgers coffee, I can get like a trillion cups of coffee for $5 versus one coffee at Dunkin' for $5. But we treated ourselves this morning and I did, let's see, an iced cookie butter cloud latte. And I think this is like on their holiday menu, and they have these really cute cups and I really like it. Yep, it's good. So if you like sweet drinks, that's good. Now we are going to go on a walk. So Chloe and I are going to get going. I'm going to load her up in the stroller. We are going to walk to the neighborhood across from us, and we're going to go on a little bit of a walk. So it is kind of chilly. It's only like 47 degrees out this morning. So it's going to be pretty brisk, but if we bundle up, we'll be perfectly fine. So let's knock this slump out. This is going to be the official first day of getting our life going again, getting out of this reading slump. So join me on this adventure and let's go on a walk. Morning guys, happy Monday. So, as you can see, I'm wearing my winter coat. We got winter apparently. We got like almost 3 inches of snow last night and it is still coming down. I'm stuck in traffic. That's why I'm filming right now, or else I wouldn't be. But we're moving so slow, it really doesn't matter. So yeah, we got a lot of snow. The roads are not very, they're pretty slick, which is unfortunate because we all knew that this was coming. But I feel like this happens a lot in Indiana. Like, we all know the snow is coming, and then it finally gets here, and we act shocked. But here we are. So, I wanted to provide a quick update. Obviously, I didn't film anything yesterday. I ended up being so sick yesterday with like a stomach ache. So, I don't really know what that was all about. But, yeah, I was feeling very unwell. So, I was able to complete 2 of my 3 goals. So I did end up getting up at 6, which is when I set my alarm yesterday, because we get up and go to church. So I got up, I only snoozed once, and so was able to accomplish that goal. I didn't get a walk-in, A, because I felt horrible, but B, because it was like 25 degrees and snowing. And then I got my 3rd goal done, which is reading. So I really haven't talked about the book that I'm reading. So I am giving the book Say You Swear by Megan Brandy a go. And guys, I'm totally hooked. I'm loving it. I was worried at first because the beginning of the book was clearly taking place in the summer. And I was like, oh my gosh, should I pick a summer book when it's snowing outside? But no. Now it's like in the fall, so that's great because we're supposed to be in the fall. I mean, the leaves are still orange and yellow. It's just snowing apparently mid-fall. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I think my Kindle said I'm about 35% of the way through. I do own the physical copy and I will actually show you guys later, but I decided to read on my Kindle, which was nice because I go through phases with my Kindle, and I honestly haven't used it in about a year, which is unfortunate. I was just in a physical book phase of life. But now I'm reading on my Kindle and I'm totally hooked. So I'm in a Kindle phase now. So I'm glad I didn't get rid of it, because for a hot second there, I did think about selling it because I wasn't using it, but I'm glad I didn't because I'm loving it. So reading on my Kindle, I actually brought it with me so I could try to read during my lunch break, but I'm excited that feel like I'm sticking to my goals. So to kind of talk about what Say You Swear is about, I think it toes the line of YA. I don't think you can find the book in the YA section, but they're definitely at least under the age of 21, because they're using fake IDs to like go to clubs and drink and all that kind of stuff. So I think that part made me nervous too, because I struggle a lot with YA romance books. I just tend to not really enjoy them because I think I can't put myself in that situation because I'm so far from being like the YA age at this point. Like, I still like YA mystery thrillers. I'm just not really into YA romances. But it doesn't read YA, which is great. So kind of what it is about so far is we have this main 5 group of friends, and their parents gave them, or like willed them, however you want to say it, a lake house, and all 5 friends own a portion of this lake house, and they went out on like one last hurrah summer trip before they all went off to college, and they all are going to the same college. So these are like lifelong best friends, and our main female character is Ariana. And I will say I struggled a lot at first because there are so many characters in this book. I had to keep like looking at the back of the book to see who was connected to who. I looked up a character chart. Like, there's a shocking amount of characters in this book. But our main female character is Ariana, and she has this lifelong crush on another person in the friend group named Chase. And what makes that difficult is Ariana's twin brother, Mason, is extremely protective and does not want anyone in the friend group to date his sister, which I feel like that's not totally uncommon. Like, no brother or sister wants their best friends dating their sibling. Like, I feel like that's not an uncommon request, but you could tell that these two clearly have feelings for each other, but they are keeping them hidden because they're not supposed to be like dating each other. Long story short, like, they're trying to like work out their relationship. Things happen, and then they have basically a falling out. Like, this friend group has a falling out, and now they're at school in college trying to reconnect with each other while also making new relationships with different people. Oop, slippery. Hold on, let me turn here real quick. Red light. So yeah, they're trying to navigate rebuilding their friend group, not ruin, because like the biggest fear of this friend group is for them to like ruin everything and to not have the relationship with each other, and for change and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great book. I wouldn't say it's 5 stars yet, but there's still so much time. Like, I'm only 35% of the way through. So we'll see. I will give a better update later. I'm going to let you guys go since now the traffic is kind of letting up, and it is pretty slick. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will catch up with you later. I know I gave a brief update this morning, but I wanted to actually fill you guys in on the progress I made today. So as far as goals were concerned, I think I talked about my morning routine goal already, so I won't go on about that. As far as going on a walk, so I did not go on a walk outside because it was 30 degrees outside, and with the wind chill, it was colder than that. So I actually did the treadmill desk. So my office has a treadmill desk that you can rent out in 30-minute increments. So I did the treadmill desk, and that was really nice. And then on my lunch break when I got home for a little bit, and now here shortly I'm going to read more in Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I've actually been reading it on my Kindle. I've been really enjoying it. I'm officially, per my Kindle, 36% of the way through. I'm in the middle of chapter 19, and I'm really enjoying it. I really like Noah. I think he is fabulous. I don't like Chase for obvious reasons, and I think she has a great best friend. I think Cameron is an amazing best friend, and I say she, I mean Ariana. So I gave a pretty quick rundown about what this book was about, so I won't go on and on about it more. But I will say, I know I mentioned this morning I was worried that this was going to be a very summery read, but it's working its way through the year. So although the very beginning of it, and most of the beginning of it takes place at a lake house before their semester starts, that has stopped, and now they are at their first semester of college. So I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, I am about 36% of the way through on my Kindle. So yeah, I want to try to make some more progress tonight before I go to bed. And I do have a little bit of some sad news. So I ordered the cutest Christmas Kindle case for this. I ordered it, so excited about it. It had like little gingerbread men on it. It was pink and it had Christmas trees on it. I get it, and I ordered the wrong size. So I have to return that, and then I will just have to reorder the correct size. But I'm not going to let myself reorder until I return the one that doesn't fit, because I have a really bad habit of just like never returning Amazon items. So I'm not letting myself order the correct Kindle case until I return the one that doesn't work. So this was supposed to be a super cute Christmas case, and it's not. It's just my clear case. I used to have a ton of stickers on here. I took them all off because one day I just got like super overwhelmed by all the stickers. So I just have one sticker down here, and then this pop socket with the standard clear just like gel case that everyone does. So not overly decorated at the moment. I go through phases. Just like I go through phases using my Kindle, I also go through phases on how it's decorated. And I was so excited about the Christmas case because it was the one that has like the flap that goes over the top. But that's okay. We're going to get the one, we'll get it returned, and we'll get the proper one. So I am going to tuck in for the night, try to get some reading done. I've been watching my new favorite YouTuber, Lottie. I just found her channel like late last week. I've been like binge watching all of her content, and I really like her videos. I think what I appreciate about her videos is that she still works like a corporate job full time, and I really like being able to watch other content creators who are still working full-time jobs, because it makes me feel like what I'm trying to do is feasible and not just like this really far-fetched idea. So I really like her content, and yeah, I've been binge watching all of it. So I'm going to turn on one of her videos, get to reading, and let's see how much progress I can make tonight. Happy Wednesday. Wanted to provide a quick update. You're gonna hear Chloe down here. She's joining us for this clip. Wednesdays are my work from home days, so I'm on my lunch break at the moment, and Chloe's not feeling too well, so she is home with me today. Goals. So let's see. Yesterday I didn't get to provide much of an update because, like I said, Chloe is super sick. I think she's got a really bad head cold. But that just made it like very impossible to update anything. So as far as waking up to my alarm, yesterday was a fail. I did not wake up to my alarm because she woke up in the middle of the night, and we had a very, very long night. So I ended up hitting snooze quite a few times. I did not go on a walk because it was absolutely freezing outside, and I didn't get to use the walking pad at work because it was completely reserved. So no walk. And I only got a little bit of reading in yesterday. Once she did finally go to bed, I read for about an hour. So I really didn't make much progress in my book, unfortunately. But we are starting off today on a much better foot. So let's see. Waking up to my alarm today, I did great. I set a 5:30 alarm. Only hit snooze one time and got up and did some things around the house. Did the dishes, started a load of laundry. And then I sat down and read for about an hour and a half because since it's my work from home day, I didn't have to commute to work, and I was able to use that time that I would normally be doing, like getting ready and commuting. I was able to use all of that time to read. So I made a ton of progress in my book this morning, which I was really excited about, and I will provide a reading update later. And I also plan to go on a walk with Chloe once the day is done, but we are going to eat lunch really quick. I'm probably going to try to read a little bit more on my break. I only have about an hour, so not too terribly long. And yeah, so let's go ahead, get lunch done, read, and then I will check back in with you guys this afternoon. And I'm feeling great. I am in such a better mood when it comes to reading. These goals and having you guys go on this journey with me has been the best decision. I am reading a lot more. I'm feeling a lot more motivated. So thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me. But yeah, let's go ahead and do lunch. Hello. It is a few days later than when I talked to you guys last. I got a call from my sister saying that my dad was in the emergency room. So obviously I raced there as fast as I could. He is completely fine. Like, he's released from the hospital now, and like nothing life-threatening, thank goodness. But we weren't sure in the moment what was happening. So my little bit of reading had to be delayed, which is totally fine because, like I said, family and health and that kind of stuff will always come first for me. So I am just now leaving Barnes & Noble. I wandered the shelves. Guys, there is so much stuff I want, but I'm trying so hard not to buy a lot, solely because I know Christmas is coming up and a lot of people will get me books for Christmas or will also give me book shopping money. So I'm trying not to buy a lot because then that always causes like issues with like having to like return stuff and like update lists for people and all that kind of stuff. So there were several books I really wanted, but did not pick up anything new, which my bank account is probably so thankful for. I'm trying to find my sunglasses in here. Here we go. So, reading update. I'm officially 75% of the way through Say You Swear. I am truly like loving this book. I cannot wait to get the second one and read it. I want to try to read it relatively quickly because I have a habit of like starting series, reading the first like one or two, and then not reading the rest of the series for a very long time and forgetting what's happening. And I don't want to do that this time around. But something just like so insanely shocking happened in the story, something that I was not expecting. And I was just like, people probably thought I got like this like life-altering text because I was like, oh, when I read it, and I was sitting at the Barnes & Noble cafe. And I'm sure people were like, okay, she's weird, but whatever. So like I said, 75% of the way through the book, really loving it. I have to go to the grocery store now, or else I probably would have sat there longer and read, but I do need to get some groceries and get my house kind of tidied up before the week starts. But I did want to show you this cute tote. I've had this for a while now, and clearly it's not updated because it is missing one of the books in this series, but look at this like really cute Sarah J Maas tote. And I say it's not updated because it's missing one of the Crescent City books over here, but it has her like her series, Crescent City, Throne of Glass, and then ACOTAR over here. So super cute. And then I have my like little Kindle bag, and it's just like some books. So super cute. All of this stuff was on Amazon and it was really cheap. So like I said, this bag, I'm sure you could probably find all of it still on Amazon, but I have had both of these items for quite a while now. But anyways, now, like I said, have to go to the grocery store, do some shopping, and then do some things around the house. Hopefully I can get some more reading in. Like I said, I really would love to finish this book tonight. So that's my goal. So we'll see. So I will check in with you guys later, hopefully to wrap up this getting out of a slump vlog, and we will do a final book review. All right, you guys, so we have reached the end of this week's video. So I wanted to give a wrap up on the book that we read. But first, I have a little bit of a book haul that I wanted to share. So I ordered 2 books. I try really hard not to just purchase popular books from Amazon because I want to try to buy them from an actual bookstore. But I wanted to get one of these quickly, and then the other one was just such a good deal, I couldn't pass it up. So as we'll talk about here shortly, I really enjoyed the book from this week's video in the Boys of Avix series. So I went ahead and got the second one, Promise Me Not by Megan Brandy. And this, I believe, is Peyton and Mason's book. I think that this one is not a very popular read from the reviews I've read, but I wanted to give it a shot because sometimes just because it doesn't get popular, just because it's not super popular on Goodreads doesn't mean I won't like it. So I went ahead and picked this up. And then, as you guys saw in the previous clip, I had wandered around Barnes & Noble and I saw this book on the shelves. It really grabbed my attention, but it was very pricey. So I looked on Amazon, honestly, just to add it, because I have like this running list on Amazon of books that just catch my eye that I want to remind myself that I want to read one day. And when I was looking at it, guys, it was literally on sale hardcover for $5. So I went ahead and picked it up, and that is Any Other Family by Eleanor Brown. I've never read anything by this author before, but it just really grabbed my attention when I read the description. Because though they look like any other family, they aren't one, not quite. There are 3 sets of parents who find themselves intertwined after adopting 4 biological siblings, having committed to keeping the children as connected as possible. At the heart of the family, the mothers grapple to define themselves and their new roles. Tabitha, who adopted the twins, crowns herself planner of the group, responsible for endless playdates and holidays, determined to create the perfect happy family. Quiet and steady Ginger, single mother to the eldest daughter, is wary of the way these complicated, not fully family relationships, I'm out of breath, test her long-held boundaries. And Elizabeth, still reeling from rounds of failed IVF, is terrified that her unhappiness after adopting a newborn means she was not meant to be a mother at all. As they set out on their first family vacation, all 3 are pushed into uncomfortably close quarters. And when they receive a call from their children's birth mother announcing she is pregnant again, the delicate bonds the women are struggling to form threaten to collapse as they each must consider how a family is found and formed. So, just really grabbed my attention. The only thing I'm frustrated with is this book came damaged. And I typically have had good luck when ordering books from Amazon. I haven't really had a poor experience, but this one came water damaged, like down here on the bottom. And some of the pages are still a little damp, so I'm trying to let it air out, but I am a little bit frustrated by that because, I mean, no one wants a damaged book, but I mean, I feel like in general, like you can tell like it's a little bit water damaged, but I don't think it really impacts the overall like readability of the book. So I'm going back and forth on if I want to go through the process of returning this or just let it dry out and suffer through it. So we'll see. But overall, I am excited to read this. Now let's go over our review of the book we read in this week's video, and that is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. So as I kind of briefly touched on, this book follows our main female character, Ariana, and then we have two main male characters, Chase and Noah. But I do say that, but keep in mind that there are multiple other main characters in this book because it does follow a very close friend group. So they all play very important roles in this book. And I think the entire series are all just interconnected standalones because I think they handle like different stories from different people within that friend group. But this one follows Ariana, Chase, and Noah. So I'll try to talk a little bit about this without giving too much away. I loved this book. So it's about, to start off with, Ariana, who has had a long-standing crush on her brother's best friend, Chase. And it kind of starts off with her trying to navigate how she is going to tell Chase that she has feelings for him. And then they kind of get into a little bit, how do I say this? They kind of entertain the idea of getting into a relationship, and sparks fly a little bit. They do things together, and then I think instantly Chase regrets doing things because he's so afraid of upsetting the brother Mason, Ariana's brother Mason. They're twins. And he says things that just deeply hurt Ariana, and she just altogether gives up on that relationship, and she ends up falling in love with our other main male character, Noah. So Noah is a senior at their college. He is the captain of the football team that all the guys are on. So it makes it all very messy when all of these main male characters are on the same football team. But she falls madly in love with him. And then there's an event in the book where Ariana just basically completely forgets everything that's happened to her in the last 6 months. And these two main male characters are completely fighting over her attention. And we go on this wild journey with all three of them. And we have to see, who does she end up with? And I won't tell you who she ends up with. I mean, I think this book has been out long enough to where people who actually wanted to read it, yeah, it came out in 2021 originally, so I think it's been out long enough to where I could probably say a spoiler, but I'm going to try really hard not to because, I mean, I clearly hadn't read it, and I know that this one made its rounds, especially on other forms of social media, made its rounds. It was very popular, and I literally just bought this in June, and I know it was very popular then, so I will try not to give any spoilers, but you go on the wild ride of her trying to figure out who she wants to be with, and how the two male main characters handle that journey. I will say, I was not at all a fan of Chase. Chase, I think, is horrible, took advantage of the situation, and yeah, not a fan. 10 out of 10, do not recommend Chase, but Noah was great. I think Noah treated her like a princess. He treated her like I think every woman deserves. He did not take advantage of the situation, but I will let you guys draw your own conclusion on that. But guys, this one, I will give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, which I know is a very specific rating. There was something about it that just didn't quite tip it into that 5-star region for me, but I do think it was higher than a 4. So we will give this a 4.5. Alright, so thank you guys so much for going on the journey with me of trying to get out of my reading/life slump. I do think filming it really motivated me. I was really proud of myself for finishing that book. That was actually my 61st book of the year to read. And my goal this year was to read 52 books. So I have well surpassed my reading goal for the year, which makes me excited. And I think I achieved all of my goals in individual ways. So I finished reading that book. I did go on several walks. And I know that that was a goal, was to get outside, to get some fresh air. And then what was my other goal? And then my other goal was to get back to my morning routine. So I did allow myself to hit snooze a couple times, but I got up, did some things around the house every single morning, like started the dishes, made sure things were kind of adjusted and set up for the day. That way we set up our day for success. So thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me. I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to this channel and help my little corner of the internet grow. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.